Hey there! It's your old buddy Dan back from Beach Church with another message. First of all, I want to thank the good people at Beach Church for doing all they do to allow us to stand on this platform and deliver these messages, especially Pastor Jimmy, who does such a great job of leading that body. We just thank all y'all for all that you do. Well, today we're in Zechariah chapters 4 through 6. Now, we're getting close to the end of the Old Testament, and by now you might be catching on to all the subtle references to the coming of the Messiah. Getting back to Isaiah, in chapter 43, verse 19, God prophesies, "Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert." This will be the dawn of the new covenant, one in which we will be admonished to follow Jesus' example, to love sacrificially. No longer will the blood of animals be required, for once and for all, those requirements are satisfied by the ultimate sin offering. Jesus gave his own life at the cross, spilling his blood, which is said to have dripped down on the mercy seat per the instructions given in Leviticus. The closer we get to the beginning of the New Testament, the more explicitly the authors seem to define who Jesus is and what he is about. And this is what we find here in Zechariah. Zerubbabel, the governor of Judah, a descendant of David, is tasked with building the new temple, not by might nor by power, but by the Spirit of the Lord Almighty. This is not a temple that requires David to drive the inhabitants out of Israel, that his successor must build because of the blood that David shed. This temple was in fact built under the leadership of Zerubbabel, and this would be the temple where the veil would be torn, making God available to all upon the death of Jesus on the cross. All that aside, you may note a symbolism in this book that reminds the reader of the text in Revelations. Leaves us with a lot of questions. Are the 7 lamps the same as the 7 churches in Revelation? Are the 2 olive branches an analogy to the 2 that die, leaving everyone to celebrate? I don't think so. In this case, the 7 lamps equate to the 7 eyes later mentioned. 7 is a number of infinity, so those eyes represent God's infinite perception of all that goes on. The 2 branches are thought to represent Zerubbabel, who oversees the construction of the temple, and Joshua, the high priest. More on him later. We are introduced to a woman whom we are told personifies wickedness. She is carried off to Babylon, where she will reappear in Revelation as Babylon's harlot. Many feel like we are contending with this wickedness, this harlot, even today. We are told of 4 chariots led by 4 horses. They are thought to represent the spirits of heaven. The red horse brings war, the black horse, famine, the white one, victory, and the dappled, plagues and judgment. Finally, we are introduced to Joshua, the high priest. He is given a crown commemorating his part in building the temple. In this, I get the idea that Zechariah hearkens to the everlasting reign of Jesus when he writes, "He will build the temple of the Lord. He will be clothed in splendor, and will sit on his throne and rule, and he will be a high priest on his throne. Of course, Zechariah could never have known what was to come. We have the benefit of hindsight, and we also have the benefit of Paul's guidance, who builds on the foundation of Isaiah 64, verse 4, when he instructs the Corinthians, "No eye has seen, nor ear has heard, nor the heart of man imagined what God has prepared for those who love him." I think if you really reflect on that, that is still true, even today. Well, that's all for today. I really appreciate the time and attention you give us by watching these videos.